The following is an educational segment to help you understand which type of patient will respond to the Hoke orthotic. We're going to show you what this foot looks like, we're going to show you some examination procedures, and finally we'll show you how this orthotic device will balance this foot. The supinatory foot presents with problems in three body planes. In the sagittal plane, the forefoot is lower than the rear foot. Our next problem occurs in the transverse plane, where we have an adduction to the forefoot, creating a prominence to the fifth metatarsal head. Our second fault that occurs in the sagittal plane is a plantar flex position of the first metatarsal, which we can see by placing our finger under the lesser digits and then also under the first metatarsal head, revealing its plantar flexed position. Finally, in the frontal plane, we can see that if we place the subtalar joint in its neutral position and then place a marker across the forefoot is in an everted position relative to the heel bisection. Another important component of the examination is to make sure that the patient has adequate calcaneal eversion for pronation to occur. Our next test will be for arch mobility. We use the navicular drop test, and for this test we begin by placing our patient in a chair with their knee directly over the ankle. As you can see, we've placed a mark on the navicular tuberosity. We place a piece of cardboard on the floor adjacent to the mark and extend the mark onto the card. The patient then stands. In a supinatory foot, there is very little movement of the mark, typically less than 6 to 8 millimeters. Our final test will be to see if the relief of the first ray will result in a better position for the rear foot. We place the patient in a standing position and then put the first ray off the block. As you can see, this improves the rear foot position and indicates that the Hoke orthotic device will assist the patient in assuming a more neutral position during gait. The Hoke orthotic was designed to create a triplanar environment that matches each of the structural imbalances we've identified in our clinical examination. In the sagittal plane, the forefoot is lower than the heel, which is going to naturally match the shoe, which often also has a thicker heel section than forefoot. When we're using this in a shoe that has a slightly lower heel, the clinician may need to add a heel lift, which has been included with your device. This is placed on the rear foot section and can be trimmed with scissors so that it does not interfere with the arch profile of the device. In the frontal plane, we've balanced the device with a soft depression for the first metatarsal head, as well as a lateral forefoot post. This lateral post has been vented and creased to allow for more even heating of the device and to create a natural bend when the patient hits the push-off phase of gait.